Alright, hello everybody, this is Logan Holdaway with Shepherd's Branding, and today what I'm going to teach you how to do is to create this ellipse, or this sphere I should say. It's a kind of a banded sphere, and what I did was I styled it one way this way and another way this way. You can style it however you'd like after we've created this. I tilted it on its side. I actually originally started out with just this right here. My client sent me an image of an embroidered shirt. That's all I had to go off of, and said, "Would you recreate this logo for me?" So I said, "Oh, all right. Let's see what I can do." So I went ahead and recreated it, and this is what I came up with. I decided that it would make a good tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. You can open up your Inkscape and go to File, Document Properties. In order to set up the page the way that we want to, we're going to show page border. We can just uncheck that. That just gets that rectangle out of the way, which can be a little bit annoying. The rectangle is the page border. And if you hit 1 on the keyboard, that zooms into where we're going to want to be. And by the way, you can look at the bottom left-hand corner of my screen and see the mouse clicks and keystrokes that I'm using if at any time you're wondering, because there's probably going to be a few times that I forget to say exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the circle and ellipse tool right here, and I'm going to hold down Shift and Control at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to make my ellipse. I want mine to be red, and if you hit this fill and stroke down here at the bottom, mine's red because my object is red. It changes with whatever object color that you have. I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and notice that I'm at 50% here with the opacity. I'd highly encourage you to do the same. Hit F1 on the keyboard, and that brings up these arrows right here. You can do the same thing by hitting this button here, which is the Select and Transform Objects tool. And if I hit Control D on the keyboard and hold down Shift, then it brings this down just like this. And I want to turn this ellipse right here purple. What we're looking at right here is this right here, the top of the band. The top of the band. However high this ellipse is right here is going to determine the angle that we're looking at our sphere. So I think that that looks about right, and I want to duplicate that a couple times. We need to do it 4 times, in fact, and that looks about right. What we're going to do now, when I do this, I often make these just a little bit too close together, so I want to spread these out a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is go to my Align and Distribute Objects after I have all 4 of these selected, and you can see right here this Make Vertical Gaps Between Objects Equal. Go ahead and select that, and that will make them equal. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and well, the first thing is to make each one of these objects to line up within the ellipse. So in order to do that, we're going to bring this in just like that. That's what I mean by that. Bring that in. And you're going to find yourself doing that a lot in this tutorial. Hold Shift and bring that in. Holding Shift scales the object equally on both sides. Okay, that looks about right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to select each one of these again, and Control D, Control G. Control D duplicates, Control G groups them together, and I'm going to go ahead and hold down Control and bring this down. I want to make this copy yellow, or these copies I should say. And let's see here. The distance between the bottom of this band and the bottom of this band right here is going to be the distance of, or the thickness of your band. And so that's what we're looking at right here. And I want mine to be about like that. I think that looks about right there. a little bit of overlap is going to make it look a little bit better with these. So that's what I've got here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Control Shift G ungroups these and do the same thing we did with the purple ones. We're going to go ahead and hold down Shift and bring that to the outside of these main ellipse that we're working with. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Alright. So now what we're going to do is Control D, this top purple one, holding down Shift. We're going to go ahead and select that one as well and go to Path, Difference. Then we're going to take our Bezier pen by hitting B on the keyboard. You can also get that by hitting right here. This button right here is your Bezier pen. And we're going to go ahead and see where these intersect. I'm going to make a point right there. And bring that straight across by holding down Control on the keyboard. That makes the angles. That's let's see here, 165-degree angle. That's a once again 165-degree angle. This is going straight across, 180-degree angle. And we're going to go ahead and make a point just like that. Do the same thing right here. That's where they intersect. Holding down Shift allows me to pan using the middle scroll on my mouse. It allows me to pan left and right. There we go. And what we're going to do is, once again, duplicate this purple object, select that object that you just created, and go to Path, Difference. Now, what we're going to do is select this our object that you just created, as well as the main ellipse. Actually, first of all, you need to duplicate the main ellipse, then have both of them selected and go to Path, Intersection, and then you're going to want to select the yellow object along with the object that you created again and go to Path, Union. Okay. Now, if you didn't get that the first time, don't worry. We're going to be doing it a lot of times here, so just watch me do it several times here, and you'll get the hang of it. So Path, Difference, just like that. Get your Bezier pen. Where they intersect, you're going to make a point. You're going to go all the way across. Where they intersect, you're going to make a point. You're going to go all the way across. And then you're going to go bring it back onto itself in order to make that object. Go to Path, or excuse me, select the purple object and duplicate that with Control D. You're going to go ahead and have both of those selected and go to Difference, duplicate the main sphere and have both of those selected, and Intersection, and have both of those selected, and we're going to go to Union. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do this one really quickly and not do the explanation. You've seen me do it twice, so you should be able to do it fairly easy. So okay, just like that. Bring that across. Duplicate that. Path, Difference. Excuse me. There we go. This main sphere. Path, Intersection. Path, Union. And one last time. Path, Difference. Duplicate, Path, Difference, duplicate, Path, Intersection, Path, Union. Okay. Now, something that we're going to want to do here that I had forgotten to do at the beginning is to go ahead and make few of these duplicated copies. These are going to be used for the top and the bottom when we're ready. So just, you can have those off to the side for right now. Don't worry about it right now. But then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select all 4 of these purple objects as we had done before. Control D, just as we had done before. Control G, just as we had done before. This time we're going to turn them green, and holding down Shift, just as we had done before, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and see the distance between this right here, which is your front band, should be the same as the top of this object and the top of this object. That looks about right to me. Control Shift G, and as we had done before, we're going to go ahead and bring these out to the outer corner. Not outer corner, the outer edge. There we go. Okay, we're almost there. One last thing we have to do is just go to select both of those objects and go to Difference. Select both of those objects, go to Difference, Path Difference, Path Difference. There we go. And if you were to take, whoops, if you were to take this circle out of there, you can see that we have our bands. We just, at this point, need the top and the bottom, which is where these are going to come into play, just as I had said a moment ago. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and have both of those selected. Once again, my Align and Distribute menu right here. I'm going to go ahead and center them on the vertical axis, and that looks about right. I'm going to duplicate the red one and go to Path Intersection, and I want to turn this one yellow, just as we have these ones here. And that's my top band. And you know what? I think that I want that to come down just a little bit further. So I'm going to go ahead and make this guy bigger. Maybe not that far. Yeah, about like that. And go to Path Intersection. Does that look a little better? I think that looks a little bit better. Okay. Now we're going to do kind of the same thing here with the bottom one. Center it up, bring it in here, and what we want to do, I'm going to once again make another copy of it, just bring it out of the way for right now, and let me see here. I want to duplicate this red object and go to Path Intersection. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this object to the top. I want to make this one green. And the top of this object right here, where the corner is, I want to meet the bottom of our green object. And I want to bring this in, make this a little bit smaller. Just like that. That looks about right. And if I duplicate this guy, send it down a few times, then I can go to Path Difference. Now what I have here, make that yellow, and send it down once. I'm going to go ahead and actually duplicate it. Oh wait, no. I'm going to duplicate this guy right here, this purple one, and go to Path Difference. And the one on the front is actually purple, which I don't want. I want to make that one yellow. And in order to keep it consistent with the rest, that one's going to be purple. And we can take away our sphere in the back. And there you go. There you have it. That is our banded sphere. I'm going to bring the opacity all the way up on this. And then you can style it however you'd like. what I'm going to do, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time styling this guy, but I'm going to take all the purple ones and make them yellow, darken them up just a little bit, and that is exactly what you have here. Now, something that you can do is you can go ahead and drag over all of them, select them, Control G, groups them together, select on the object a second time, which gives you the rotation handles, and then you can set it on its side. You can do whatever you want in order to style this, but that gives you the basic shape to do with it what you'd like. So that's how you create a banded sphere using Inkscape. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments section, and I'd love to help you out with anything that I can. Again, this is Logan Holdaway with Shepherd's Branding. Thanks for watching.